in a playoff series that you can target. And
that's what makes them one of the things that
right. And every other team that's a real contender, except for maybe Boston, has someone that you're like, okay, let's try to get him in a switch. Let's try to get him matched up in the playoff series that's going to matter. But the thing that was shocking to me about this specific game, you're playing Milwaukee, which is long and veteran, and some, with Brook and Giannis both playing. And Chet and Hartenstein combined for a 40-20. Like, that wasn't... of all the teams that are supposed to, have this...
Have enough size.
Right, to be able to match up. Now, the counter to that is, if we show you OKC's record against the best teams in the West, or it's not just the best teams in the West, but they're 50-3 against everyone except dead even against the Nuggets, dead even against the Timberwolves, losing record to the Warriors. The Mavs thing to me is noteworthy because that's a Luka stat, not a Mavs stat. They played the Lakers once this year. They're 1-0 against them. So the reason I mention that is the teams they could be matching up with early in the Western Conference playoffs are teams that are going to look at them and like, oh, okay, you haven't owned us. You know what I mean? Like, we've got a shot.
In fact, we've owned you. Right. And you mentioned that Luka stat. Here's another stat for you, and obviously the Lakers were a different team. Lakers were 3-1 against them last year. Right. Now that's what AD, I get it, but the Lakers are better. They're different, but we think they're better. They're 0-1 against OKC this year, but 3-1 in the last 4 games against OKC. They clearly aren't going to.
I just think that the Lakers feel like we had success against you last year. Luka's like, I knocked you out in the playoffs last year, and I had success against you. So there's certainly not going to be a mental edge for OKC, but man, they are a legit 10 deep, good everywhere, have the league MVP, and great defensively. That is the profile of a lot of champions. All right, coming up next, should the Vikings just tell Aaron Rodgers, you know what, we're out. We're out. We'll talk about that with Coach Mangini next. First things first.
A real meal deserves a meal, all for just $7 and DQ.
Music mute.